Today, the topic of my lecture is manufacturing of smartphone devices. This lecture will be divided into four parts. Background of smartphone manufacturing, need analysis of smartphone, concept development stage, and the challenges of smartphone manufacturing. In this era, everyone needs a smartphone. We use it almost in every aspect of our life. And according to the research, the worldwide users of smartphone is over 3.2 billion in 2019. And it can be foreseen that the number will still grow in the future. And the development history of smartphone is very short. The first generation of smartphone is IBM's Siemens with touchscreen in 1993. However, the mainstream popularity of smartphone happened in 2007 when Apple company launched their first iPhone to the market. And from then on until today, the smartphone has many new generations and new functions. But people still have many requirements for the smartphone. And in the smartphone market, the most famous smartphone brands are Apple, Huawei, Samsung, Vivo, and Oppo, which could take more than 80% of the market share for the global smartphone market. And it can be foreseen that in the future, the competition with these brands will be very intense. Also, accompanied with the development of technology, lots of cutting-edge technology are gradually matured, such as 5G technology, full screen, folding soft screen, AI technology, and so on, which also push forward the development of smartphone. And from the smartphone's history, we can know the main reasons for smartphone updates are communication network upgrade and new functions appeared. For instance, when the network became from 4G to 5G, there are many new phones which could support the 5G network appeared on market. And the next step is need analysis. This step also divided into four parts: operation analysis, functional analysis, feasibility definition, and needs validation. And first of all, we could find that the need for advanced smartphones is need driven and also technology driven. On one hand, people urgently need new smartphones with new functions, such as face recognition, turn speech to text, smart camera, and so on, and better performance, quicker, cheaper, and longer endurance. On the other hand, the fast development of cutting-edge technology also push forward the need for advanced smartphone. The high-tech includes folding screen, 5G communication, AI chip, and so on. At the same time, the development of technology also reduce production costs, which means this technology could apply on the new smartphone with a controllable cost and bring significant effect. And then the first part is operation analysis. From this part, we could get operational objectives and system capabilities, which are reasonable price, better performance, such as longer battery service lifetime, and better cooling system, and other things. Uh, and also intelligent new functions such as the smart album, which could sort the pictures automatically, and the smart e-dictionary, and so on, is also a very important operational objective. At the same time, better outlook is also very important for the new advanced smartphone. From the research, we could know that interacting with proper size of the screen is more efficient during information seeks. At last, communication network updates is also very important for the new smartphone and its operational objectives. Since in the future the era will be of the short videos, so the transmission speed of 4G network can't satisfy the network demand gradually. So we need the communication network updates. And the next part is functional analysis. For this part, we could get the specific functions and the allocated functions into subsystems, which are battery systems, AI chip, operation system with installed intelligent application, phone's body, and the SIM card and its related component. Then there are some examples of intelligent application examples. The first is smart camera, which could take better pictures in the dark environments or the bad weather and could help people look better in the picture. And smart album is also a hot topic today, which could help to sort the pictures automatically. And the intelligent voice assistant is also needed in the future. Obviously, today there are already many intelligent voice assistants applied on the smartphone, such as Siri. But in the future, there are more functions they could do. Applications with mental health care may be a hot topic in the future. According to the related research, in the 1,000 study cases, 90% case data show active impact with the help of the application, which aiming at helping mood disorder. Nowadays, people are under huge stress in modern society. If the smartphone installs related application which could help staying mental health, it will be very helpful and meaningful. Also, smart dictionary is needed for in the future. It could directly transfer the words we take on the picture we took into the language we want. And the next part is feasibility definition. For this part, we could get physical requirements. The first one is a high quality AI chip which installed multi-care means that it could dealing with quantities of the data, and the AI chip should install a neuron processing engine model to support AI functions. Another requirement is for the phone's body. The body should use advanced alloy to give the customers a better experience. And next, full screen or phone screen are physical requirements too, because this could give the customers a better interaction when they do the information seeks. And also, advanced operating system with installed AI application is a physical requirements. And at last, new 5G SIM card and related components is also a physical requirements. Next part is needs validation. And every time at present, when latest advanced smartphone was introduced to the market, it will become a hot topic rapidly. It's easy to have the impression that the smartphone market is a huge market. And from the data below, we could know how big this market is and compared with the profit, whether the risk and the research and development costs are acceptable. The first data is that the smartphone users are expected to reach 3.5 billion in 2020. and it will keeping growing in future. And the second data is the revenue of smartphone in 2019 is $404.6 billion. Third, we take Huawei for example, which means Huawei takes approximately 2% of the market share for global smartphone markets. And the research and development cost in 2008 is $1.4 billion, while its revenue in 2008 is $46.09 billion, which means which means the revenue it make could cover the research and development cost, and still the company could earn a lot of money from the market. And next page are the data pictures. The first one is the diagram of global smartphone users. The second one is the global smartphone revenue. And the third one is the research and development cost for Huawei in its annual report. After need analysis, we can make sure that the market scope and get the system operational effectiveness and system capabilities. Then next step is concept exploration. The aim for concept exploration is getting the system performance requirements and the candidate system concepts, which means further analyze the feasibility and the operability of the system. The first part is concept exploration, and this part also divided into four steps: operational requirements analysis, performance requirement formulation, implementation of concept exploration, and performance requirement validation. For the operational requirements analysis, we could know that the main requirements are the efficiency and the AI function of chip, the charging speed and service life of battery, the signal stability and the transfer speed of 5G connection. These requirements belong to the chip subsystem, battery subsystem, SM card with its related component subsystem. Next step is implementation of concept exploration. The implementation of these functions mainly depends on the smartphone company's research and development cost, the technological output, and the 5G station's construction situation. The company could introduce some type of machine with new advanced AI chips and battery according to the feedback to repair the possible bugs to get the perfect final version. The company should also cooperate with network company to test quality of 5G communication, test how stable the signal is and how many data could transfer. The last step is the performance requirement validation. For the AI chip, the requirement should be how short the interaction delay could be, how many calculation tasks could be done in specific time, how many AI functions it could support. For the battery, the requirements validation should be how quick the charging process could be, how better the performance is during the duration test. And for 5G connection, the main requirement validation should be how stable the signal is, how many data could be transferred in a specific time. Meanwhile, since the advanced smartphone is not only a need-driven system but also a technology-driven system, the performance requirements validation also need user feedback to validate. Especially in the test process, the company should collect suggestions for the better performance of the smartphone. And next is concept definition. In this step, we do selections of alternative system concepts. For the chip, the advanced smartphone should choose high-quality AI chip. For the battery, the endurance ability is most critical. For the network, the smartphone should support 5G connection. And there is no doubt that there are many competitors in the area. Qualcomm, Apple, MediaTek, Texas Instruments are all competitive in chip area. And in 5G smartphone area, Apple, Samsung, Huawei, Vivo, and Oppo are the main competitors. The last thing we will talking about is the challenges for the smartphones, and there are main four challenges: 5G technology, AI ability, battery, and the cost control. The first one is 5G technology. The first problem is whether the technology is matured enough to apply on the phone. At present, there isn't a mainstream 5G smartphone in the market, and when the mainstream 5G smartphone will be seen on the market is still a problem. And at the same time, the 5G construction situation is different in different country and area, and the qualities and the quantities of the basic stations will influence the use for the 5G network. And also, the quality for new SIM card and cost is a problem. If the cost is too high and the people's purchase intention will slow down. And next challenge is AI ability. First, whether the cutting edge AI abilities could be applied on the smartphone is a problem. On one hand, AI is really a hot topic at the moment, and there is no doubt there are many application scenarios. On the other hand, how to decide the importance of different functions is a critical issue since the devotion of fund and human resources is limited. Meanwhile, being faced with the impact of coronavirus 19, the economic situation isn't optimistic. So the decision of the devotion will be cautious. And under this situation, many AI research may suspend or stop, which will be a big challenge for advanced smartphone. And the third challenge is the battery problem. First, today we everyone hope that the battery could be charged as soon as possible. So the first challenge is how quick the charging speed could be. And another problem is in the era of 5G network and AI functions, the large amount needed power for these things will be a big challenge. The battery will be consumed much more faster than before, so that will also be a challenge. And the last challenge is cost control. At present, the price of advanced smartphone is very high. The price of Huawei smartphone with folding screen is approximately $4,000, and the price of Samsung smartphone with folding screen is approximately $2,020. If the price of this phone are still so high, the people's purchase intent may decrease, especially on the influence of with the influence of coronavirus 19. And these are the main topics, main things of the topic today. Thank you for listening.